All right, good morning, everybody. Let's wait a little bit. Maybe someone is going to join late. So let's give them just a couple of minutes. Right, so finally, the festival is happening. We are so excited. This is our first time hosting an festival, a learning festival for the whole learning community. It's gonna be awesome. This is the first day, day one, and the whole festival is about growth. Today we will discuss on key factors for growth, as it is confidence. Okay, and so the one in charge of opening this amazing show is Oli, who is part of our teaching staff, and it's also a relevant member of the content creation team. So welcome everybody, welcome Oli, and I just hope and wish that everybody watching live or watching this recording later enjoys and have some kind of spark of new knowledge, of tools or tips, just to continue growing, even as an individual or as a company. So it's going to be amazing having this information, all this knowledge that we will share, and just participating, okay, as we wish. So it's 8:32. Maybe we can just wait for another minute. And Oli, I leave the floor. Okay, I leave the floor. Maybe you want to introduce yourself a little bit in this minute, and then we start. Is that okay?
Thanks, Ed.
All right.
So, as you already know, my name is Oli. I'm a part of the community here, and I'm really happy to be present, to start, to see whoever we will see live, whoever we will see watching it recorded. And yeah, I guess we will be setting my screen and get into it. Here we go. So can you see my screen well? It works? Great, thank you. So the first part, the first session of the festival is about where it starts. The topic was growth, so we will get to the very root of it, where everything starts working, and it's the mindset. We are going to discuss on the agenda today is the actual definition of what is growth, and we are going to talk about sustainable growth, what makes it sustainable. We are going to discuss the mindset. That's where everything starts. We will talk about more practical side of it, how to build habits, what they can change. And for the final stage, we will try to start a more active conversation and see how we can stop bullying ourselves and be nicer when it comes to growing, to progress, to habits, to doing things. So yeah, I really hope everyone enjoys this session. I really hope you can find something for you here. And yeah, let's get started. So before we get there, I will talk about things that probably many of us felt, many of us told ourselves at least once. And I would like you to be honest. and sort of reflect on yourself. We are not judging. I will read a few statements and I will ask you to send some reaction or raise your hand, or just nod quietly if you don't feel comfortable with raising your hand. So raise your hand if you ever felt like everyone else was moving faster than you in life. And yeah, I'm there too. Raise your hand if you should start something new, but you will do that on Monday. Well, yeah, Ad is there. Okay, raise your hand if you often feel like my brain is not braining, I don't know what to do, I am so lost, and whatever it is there. Yeah, me too, right now, probably. So, and have you ever felt sort of silly, dumb, or shy speaking in English or any first language that you start learning? Okay, we're all there, I guess. I feel like that in Spanish right now, probably. So, what can be common between these things is that they feel very personal, they feel sensitive to recognize, but they are also super common. They are things that we feel, we think, consciously or subconsciously, we carry with us. And also, one of the common things between them is that they're not dedicated to be true all your life. They are not dedicated to ruin your progress and be like stopping you there. So we will be trying to rethink them. We will be trying to start with something new today. And first step on that way is actually defining what is growth for us, how we can get into this thinking of growing. And sustainable growth is like an extra to that definition. What is sustainable? Sustainable is when your results stay with you, right? When what you do means something during some long time for you. And I will show you a few images. I'm sure you've seen them at some point of your life. Like it's moving there around the internet, but let's discuss. So does this line look like growth to you? Let me try to upload it. Yes. It's going up, right? And this one. And this one. Are the common concepts of slides on presentations about growth? You know, we all put it there. What about this one? You make faces.
That looks more realistic to me.
Yeah, that looks more realistic. Yeah. Exactly. But that's also growth, right? The line is still going up. So when we think about growing, we start imagining this perfect line. It goes up, everything is step by step. But the truth is that it's always this messy, up and down, to the sides. Whatever happens in our life is like that line. And it doesn't cancel the fact, doesn't exclude the fact that is still growing. So sustainable growth starts for you the moment you start embracing this mess. Yes, the moment you start understanding that it's fine. You will be making mistakes. You will be stumbling upon your own decisions, but you will continue growing. And let's leave this definition there. Yeah, sustainable growth is not about a perfect line. It's about the line that goes up in its own way, in its own pace, and it's okay if it's messy. It will keep being growth. So where growth starts? In our head, right? The mindset we set is sort of this engine that either is always stuck or is moving things. And we will talk about two types of mindset, which are the ones you can see on the screen, fixed and growth. And the images that are representing it are there not just because that's how it feels sometimes in our brain. And that's how it also works basically in our life. So what is fixed mindset? Is when you are telling yourself, when you believe truly that if you're not naturally good with something, when you are not perfect at what you're doing, it's better to just give up or not even trying, like don't get there. That is fixed mindset. It stops you. You are staying there, wanting maybe to do many things. You can be ambitious, you can set goals, but you're not moving because you are the one who is stopping yourself. And growth mindset, on the other side, goes to believing that no matter what, no matter how difficult it is, no matter what you decided to do, it can be developed. Yeah, you need to give time, you need to give effort. It's not everything easy, but with the right attitude, it can be developed. And here we will take a look at common pains that get into this shift, because we're talking about shifting, right? So what we need to do, what beliefs we need to address in order to change this mindset. And I picked just 3 of them because we can talk forever about these pains. And first of them is perfectionism and fear of mistakes. What it does to us is this root of fixed mindset, not starting. Yes, like no matter what, if you make a mistake, well, better stay there where you are. It's safe, it's cozy, but it's not always pleasant, right? It's not okay to be where you are all your life. So perfectionism and fear and mistakes can be transitioned, can be shifted into believing that what is new is not impossible, is not something you cannot achieve. It's just new and it's okay. And it's not necessary to be instantly good at it, right? Next one is feeling overwhelmed. And it can be whatever. Too many tasks, too many steps in this line that you built for yourself, that you imagine as growth. Whatever it is, you just start bombarding yourself with doubts, with ideas that feel impossible, and everything just goes into this bunch of, I don't know what to do. Yeah. What we can do? Well, just do, right? So think about one thing, one little step, one decision, one little to-do on your list that you can perform right now. You do it now and you move on. And later you will see, later you will think the same. What is one more thing I can do right now? What is the next thing? And that's how you go there. The point is to think about doing instead of what is stopping you. And the last one is probably the one I can relate with a lot, and I guess many of us will, comparing ourselves. It's our favorite thing to do probably during building our career, during building our houses. The grass is always greener, right? And we are not enough, not this, not that. What can we do with that? It's not going to happen overnight. It's not going to fix everything, but recognizing embracing, understanding, actually believing that everyone grows differently is what growth mindset need to dictate us, and we need to try to reconsider this concept of, okay, they are doing wonderful, it means I'm doing bad. No, someone's success doesn't mean you are failing at something. Yes, someone being super good at the same thing maybe that you are trying to do doesn't mean that you are bad at these things. You can be different. You can do it your own way. You can bring different value into this, I don't know, job, hobby, whatever it is. So everyone grows differently, and everyone has different starting points, different beliefs when they do it, different objectives. Maybe you want to do the same thing, but you have different outcomes later, and it's okay too. So this is something you will think about, you will try to, okay, this is new, this is not impossible. What's the one thing I can do right now? But it's not going to happen overnight. It's not that easy to just, okay, now I have growth mindset. Awesome. No, it's not working like that, but just being conscious, just recognizing these little pains that you may have is the first step on that way. And the next step on that way is going to be more practical. Yes, that is actually something you can change overnight. And that is where you start moving. And we are going to talk about habits. Ever tried to start doing sport, yoga on Mondays, or I don't know, healthy eating, all of these things that we usually think about? Yeah.
Yes, I have.
So
And here,
when we start thinking about hobbies, healthy habits, learning, whatever it is, I don't know, maybe it doesn't happen to you, but it happens to me that I imagine my perfect way. Yes, I imagine, okay, on Monday, I will change my life. I will start doing this. And then on Wednesday, I will dedicate 2 hours to that. And then on Friday, I will do this. And I will have a perfect week and tons of habits. And on Monday, I wake up and I didn't sleep well and everything crashes. Yes, it happens. And these habits are not sustainable. They are too big to perceive at once, because additionally to that habit, we also have life that we already follow, right? And it's accumulating and accumulating and accumulating. And if you throw everything at once, you will probably feel very frustrated and disappointed. So, small habits, how to incorporate them into your life. We need to start ridiculously small. And when I say ridiculously, I mean that is like the tiniest action you can do every day without beating yourself into it is the right one to start. We're all in learning community. So let's think of the example of English learning. Yes. Considering you're already taking classes, yes, it's already quite a habit that you have, but you want to practice more. Start saying one little sentence to yourself in the morning. I don't know, invent some affirmation, but every day is different. And it's ridiculously small. It feels like, okay, one sentence, what it can do to me, right? But do it with the best quality you can. Incorporate this new structure that you learned last lesson. Put some new word into this sentence. Try to make it sound perfectly, like whatever it is that you are saying, do it with the best quality you can. It still will take you 2 minutes. But if you do it every day, till the end of the month, you have quite a speech, right? So next one is going to be something that I think also can work in terms of incorporating like tiny bigger habits. So stack it on something you are already doing. Let's imagine you are driving to work, and every day in the morning on your drive, you are listening to some podcast. Okay? Whatever podcast it is, or it's music, or it's news, radio, whatever. Instead of that common thing that you are listening to, change it to an English-speaking podcast. What happens? Does it consume more time? No, you're already doing that. You're already listening something while you're driving. Will it get a bit more effort? Yes, probably, because you are going to listen in English that is not your first language. Yeah, so, but at the same time, you will not feel like it's an obligation to start something totally new. You're just shifting another habit into something that is a bit more useful for you with your goal, right? So stack it on something you already do. And it can be any little habit or some quite a big part of your life where you can somehow push something new still. Then we go to tracking. Do you have this satisfaction of putting a check mark in the to-do list? Yeah, so it's something that we humans all need, rewards. Whatever these rewards are, they make us feel complete. They make us feel, okay, I did it. Maybe it was difficult, maybe not, but I still did it. I dedicated myself to this task. I completed it. I can be proud of myself. Track things. Yeah, calendars, I don't know, planners, buy yourself a candy, put a sticker, whatever makes you feel like, okay, it's complete right now, will work. Yeah, and then you will look back and you will look at all of these actions that were visible, that you actually make them visible with this tracking. You will feel like, okay, if I did all of that, I can do what comes next. Yeah, because it's all about comparing. And you will stop comparing yourself with others. You will compare your progress with your progress, which is okay. Yeah. And then we get one that I will be talking to you also a bit later, is being kind to yourself when you miss something. What usually happens when we decide to start a new habit is the first failure. You start thinking, okay, it's not for me maybe, or I skipped 2 times. I probably will not go third one. And it's the worst punishment in the world that you can give yourself for not doing something regularly. You are literally taking the opportunity to grow away from you with your own hands. Like, what's wrong with skipping one day? What's wrong with not being able to do it once? We all have different lifestyles and things happen, but consistency is not when you are perfectly doing something. Consistency and sustainable growth, it's about you getting back to it, even if you skipped. Getting back to it, even if one day you skipped consciously, like you didn't feel like that. Even if you couldn't, going back will not hurt. Stopping to do it at all will hurt, because later you will be like, if I did it from then till now, every day, I would already be, wow, where? Yeah. And if you didn't do it every day, it's fine. It's human. Like, we cannot expect anything from ourselves that goes beyond human. So these 4 points hopefully can help you with doing better with your habits. And talking about being kind to yourself, we will try to rethink the ways we are talking to ourselves when we fail, when we are afraid, when we do things wrong, and all of that. Let's imagine your best friend. Everyone has a best friend or like very close person, right? And they come to you and they say, you know what? I don't know what to do. I failed at something very important for me, and I'm really lost. I am a failure. I'm a loser. What will you tell them? You can say out loud.
And I think I would tell him to not give up. I mean, I sometimes happen to my best friend, and well, I tell that. I mean, it's the gravity is not. I mean, it's a step ladder. I mean, it's more a roller coaster. So
Yeah.
sometimes you're gonna go do better, do worse, but you need to look back at your version yourself from last year or last 2 years, and you'll see the real growth.
I would like to be a friend. Yes. That's what I would like to hear if I share with my best friend about something that is really touchy, right? Anything else? Any ideas? What would you tell your friend? Do you agree with this point?
Yeah, I agree with Lau, and I would say that if that goal or what they are looking for is really important and it's the path of life that they want for them, they have to keep trying,
Mm-hmm.
like to stick to their goals if it is really what they are looking for.
Yeah, exactly.
It's kind of
Are you
weird that,
always telling? Yeah.
sorry.
Sorry,
It's
I
kind of
didn't
weird
see
that we're
any-
always pushing forward. I mean, you could say you can give up. That's an option. You don't need to be so stressed about accomplishing something. It's not for you. You can give up. Try something different. If you really want it, then work for it. I mean, try to fight it. But if you don't, if it's stressing you too much, give up. It's fine.
It's fine. That's important to add this. It's fine, right? And sometimes,
Yeah, and even when you have some kind of failure, that maybe it's not the moment. It's not that you're a failure or I don't know forever. You know, maybe it's just not the moment. That's it.
yeah, you can try later when you feel more powerful
Yeah.
about it.
Mhm.
Yeah, exactly.
And
Okay,
today is not always.
I love it. I will actually take it somewhere to put on my wall. Yeah, and you're all being extremely nice with your best friend, yes?
Exactly.
Are you always that nice to yourself? Because when we were listening to some phrases in the beginning of the meeting, there were phrases like, I'm not working today, everything goes wrong, people are happier than me, people are better than me. That is something I am sure we, at some point of time, say ourselves. So we will try to treat ourselves like best friends now and try to rephrase things that we commonly, maybe not very consciously, throw at ourselves and start, being rough and quite bully with our brain, with our skills, with our capabilities. So I want you to write in the chat or raise your hand and speak. Before I flip these cards, what would you tell yourself instead? Not to your best friend, to yourself. Yeah?
It doesn't matter in this case. I mean, if I never speak like a native, because I mean, it's normal. I mean, my native language. I'm sorry, this alarm. What I meant to say is, it doesn't matter if you can speak like a native, because I mean, that's not the point of learning English. I mean, the point is make yourself understood. I mean,
Yeah. Okay. Anyone else?
Yeah, as you said before, you have to take into account your path and where were you maybe. Lara said something about that. Where were you maybe 2 years ago, and to be able to see all the improvements that you have done, and to remember once again why you picked that way for you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly. So anyone, if you have other ideas, throw them to the chat. Make one sentence. Maybe it will help other person in the meeting to rephrase it. And I will share a few ideas as well. So I will never speak English like a native. As we heard, it's not necessary to speak English like a native. We are not natives to speak English like natives, right? We learn to communicate. And if your English is okay to express what your ideas are, it's fine. Yes. And if it's not okay to express what your ideas are, you will get there because you're learning. Yes, every conversation makes you stronger, makes you more clear, makes you feel better about what you're expressing. And very often, our judgments about what we speak like, our judgments about our skills are not based on our actual skills, are based on how hard it is for us to speak in the moment. Yes, if it was difficult for you to express something, you automatically start thinking, I was a failure. No, it was difficult for you. You were not a failure in that moment because probably people understood you and you communicated and you expressed what you wanted to say, but it was hard. Well, things are hard sometimes, but it doesn't mean you fail at them when they are difficult. So another one, I don't know how to do it, so better I won't. Any ideas how we can rephrase it into?
I think that is false. I mean, if you know how to do something, you can learn. I mean, you start slowly. And I think the key is this something is something that you're interested in, because that way you're gonna have the motivation to learn. So I would rephrase it that start slow, compare your, yeah, like Priscilla says, no one is born knowing.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I almost face this thing every day in my life. So
Oh.
I tend to say, I don't know how it's done, and I find a workaround to solve this. I think that's the key point, to learn, understand, and understand how to solve things, or to get to a result.
Yeah, exactly. Mika is saying here, maybe someone can help me. I love learning from others. Learning from others is not a bad thing either, right? It doesn't hurt to ask for help. It doesn't hurt to say, hey, you're better at this, looks like. Can you teach me? And the world becomes brighter in this instant because someone feels good too about helping, right? So how we can rephrase it? Let's see. As you already said, it's okay to learn. That's what we all do. We are not born knowing anything, and learning starts with not knowing. We will never know if we don't try, right? So maybe you are losing or missing on something really fun for you, but you didn't try. So, well, you're there. And it's totally okay to be new at something. Yes, we've all been there. We've all started school, we've all started universities, we've all started jobs, and we were new at some point. It's easy to think about something when you are already in your safe position, when you already know how to do things, it's easy to forget how you actually started. Yes, it's easy to not be always conscious that once you were like not knowing where to go, what to do, and how to get to it. So it's fine. And the last one, the
Yeah,
compa-
I'm sorry.
Yeah?
But in my case,
Go
for
ahead.
example, if you see, for example, the first I know budget that I did, for example, that that's a shame, like come on. But yeah, this always a start, and I always have to, I know, be I know, like a beginner, but it's okay.
Yeah,
That's it.
it's totally fine. You will always feel like a beginner at something, because I think especially in modern world, yes, we never stop learning. Things come up in an instant and they are always new for us. So we're always learning something, right? Okay, everyone is doing better than me in life. The hard one. How would you phrase?
Yeah, everyone is just okay. It's a little too much, Uh,
Yeah, and it depends on what aspects are you like paying attention. Maybe that person is
Mhm.
great at job, but maybe is having difficulties in their personal lives or in their health, or maybe you are struggling with something that is holding you back. Like you don't know like the whole life of the other person, and you maybe shouldn't say that everything in their lives is better, because probably it is not. And
Yeah,
that person, you have something that that person would like to have in their life, in their lives.
I love it. Yes. Yes, exactly.
And I
And
think especially it's true in social network, like for example in Instagram. I mean, you're gonna see the best version of the other people as you show the best version of yourself. Like you take 40 selfies, you put some filters, choose the best one, put some filters,
yeah.
and you're never gonna look like that. I mean, or you're showing your accomplishments or how your vacations, but not your worst parts. And I think everybody does the same. So it's hard to compare yourself with others because you're not comparing yourself with others in reality. You're comparing to that version they're showing to you, which is usually your best version.
Yeah,
yeah,
exactly.
and even it's an unfair comparison, just because you're compared with the best version, or what they show in the social media against, I think, your version that uh you are every day, and you see all your failures, and that's unfair. That's
Yeah,
right.
that makes sense.
Yes, and also better comparing with who? With who?
Yeah,
Okay.
I think that, for
Yeah,
example,
that's you
yeah,
are comparing with perhaps what you see in social media, as Laura says, and better with whom? You are
Mhm.
your best version. So
Yeah.
yeah, but even I think that the best is just compare with yourself yesterday, and that's it. And even when you try to, I don't know, compete with others, right? It's not that. It's just because it challenges you just to be your best version, but always comparing with you. Okay,
Yes,
but
I
it's okay.
agree with. I'm sorry, and didn't mean to interrupt you.
Yeah, go
Yeah.
ahead.
I
Yeah.
think that the thing about comparing ourselves is that we are always thinking about life as a competition. So just the idea of someone doing something better than you is probably because you are thinking that there are rules in life that everyone should follow. It's like life is the same for everyone. So everyone is doing better than me in life. Okay, so what is it life to you? You know, so we all have to do the same stuff. Is it there a rule? Are there things that we should all do? So come on, you are you. You've got your own things to do. So don't worry about what other people are doing, because probably they are not that interested in the same things that you are. So it's not a big deal.
That's right.
Yeah, exactly.
We're taught that we need to compare ourselves. We need to put higher standards on ourselves and everything. But we're never told that we just need to live with ourselves. Like, it doesn't matter if you're better than yesterday. It doesn't matter if you're worse. It doesn't matter if you're better or worse than the person next to you. The only thing that matters is that you are okay with yourself, that you can live with yourself, that you're doing things that you think are good for yourself, for everyone else. You're, I don't know, like empathic. You have, if you want, you can have your career and I don't know, whatever you like to have. But we end up having like, I need a better car so it can show off. I need a better job so when we are, I don't know, like a reunion, I can show them that my job as an executive and so on and so forth. I mean, it's all crap. No one gives. I mean, no one really cares. It's just you show off and then you go home and you get what you shown, but you're dead inside. Like, why not just be yourself and everyone can do whatever they want.
So when you feel good about yourself, you are already being better than the others.
Yeah.
It's a paradox.
I actually wasn't that spot, and right now it's like, if you don't like me, that's bad for you. I mean, I don't care.
Yeah,
I
or
think the
maybe
point
you end
is-
up
Yes.
buying several things you don't need. For example, you don't need a car or you don't need a bigger house, but if you just buy the stuff and get yourself in debt stuff just to show everybody else how well are you doing, I mean, I think it's kind of wasteful.
Yeah, exactly.
I think one point just to highlight here is, why are we always thinking that we need to be better? I mean, we need to be better. Yeah, we need to grow. Okay. But every single day, it's a lot. So take it easy. Maybe not all days you are going to just ask yourself to be better than the day before. So we have Diego
It's not a
Presidente
straight line.
statement.
I agree.
Okay, but sometimes just chill. You're gonna do better. Yeah, but take your time. It takes some time. So be okay with that. Embrace it.
Yeah, exactly. There is a separate chat in the chat about all of this. So go there. There are tons of ideas. Yes. So there is nothing else to say. You already said it. Yes. And I said it in the beginning of the meeting. Success is not your failure. Yes. Someone's success, someone's accomplishments never mean that you failed. It just means that they accomplished something. Be happy for them. Say congratulations and move on with your life and do what you wanted to do. Don't try to overdo someone. Yeah. Everyone has their own timing, their own way, their own conditions. And that's what you all expressed here as well. And remember that your way is unique. Yeah. It's always be unique, and you will need at some point to embrace it, to accept this fact, and that's when you will move. You will grow. Probably you're still growing when you're telling all of this to yourself, but you will grow sustainably. You will grow with peace. Yes, you will grow trusting yourself, not bullying yourself, and that's important. And to conclude, I would like to share the nice quote with you that I found out really recently. You don't rise to the level of your goals, but you fall to the level of your systems. No matter how big goals you have, no matter how far you get your ambitions, if you don't have a solid system of beliefs, habits, thoughts, words that you say to yourself, you will be falling to the system, to the poor system you have, and your goals will remain there, but they have to match with your systems. Yes. So when your systems match your goals, you will get there sooner or later, someone sooner, someone later, but everyone will get there when they have the right mindset. Okay. Do you agree with that?
Absolutely.
Yes, definitely.
Yes, of course.
So I really
fun.
hope you got something for yourself here. You feel like to continue learning. You opened your mind a little bit for our next sessions, and you will enjoy through the whole festival. There will be a lot of more specific topics, more specific hints for you to get out of each session and learn and do something new, or maybe just continue doing what you're already doing with more confidence. So enjoy the next sessions. Hope you have really wonderful week. And yeah, thank you for participating and being really active here.
Yeah, I think we deserve a round of applause for Oli and this first presentation. It was amazing. Before we go, I want to thank you, Oli, because it's beautiful what you have done just to open the festival. Okay, that's awesome. That positive vibe, all those tips, and I hope that all the ones attending this session feel the same. I see your faces, I see you nodding, I hear you, I see your messages on the chat, and this is so beautiful. So with that positive vibe, I want everybody to smile because we're gonna take just a snapshot, okay, of this moment. Okay, it's just a snapshot of this moment, and we will do it in 3, 2, 1. Say hi. All right, very good. Excellent. Thank you very much. Oli, some final words.
I am inspired by the ideas you shared here. And, here we are teaching, learning. So I'm thankful to learn from you. I'm thankful for you joining to learn with us. And yeah, that would be, I guess, my final word. Keep learning, keep going, and you are going to be doing great no matter what. Thank you.
Thank you very much,
Thank
Ali,
you
and
very
thank you
much.
everybody for joining.
Thank
Great day,
you.
people. Bye-bye.
Thank you. See you this
Thanks.
afternoon and see you on Tuesday
Bye-bye.
and on Wednesday with the next sessions. Goodbye, everybody. Thanks for being here.
Ciao.
Bye.